Hey guys, so we have the Festival Raid versus Omega Shenron now live in game here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the details of this raid, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some fights, and we'll take a look at the exchange shop, and I'll give my breakdown on what items I think are probably what you should get, and my thoughts just on the system overall as well. So the boss is Omega Shenron. Win the battle to get Festival 2022 Raid Medal 1 and Festival Medal 2022 as drop rewards. There's also a chance to get items like multi-Z power, so just from a drop, right? Plus, you can get Festival 2022 Raid Medal 1 and Festival Medal 2022 up to the 3 times per day from the limited time rewards. I would at least recommend doing the 3 runs per day. Probably doesn't take that long. And like they have done with a lot of the recent raid events, they did end up structuring it where you get more drop rewards based on the stars of a lot of these recent characters that have come out. So obviously the newest character, the Tag Goku and Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 4, give the most extra drops depending on how many stars you have. So if they're at Red 1, you get an extra 50 medals. If the Purple 17 is at Red 1, he's going to give you 30 extra medals, and so on and so forth as we go down this list here. So basically, even though these characters, like for example, the Goku and the Vegeta aren't going to be getting any buffs from like this Purple Piccolo, right? Purple Piccolo is going to be providing nothing to them, but it's still worth putting him on your bench just because he's giving the extra 10 raid drops, the reward drops there. So this is pretty much what you want to be looking at when creating your team, because it's so easy anyway that it doesn't really matter how you build the bench. You just want to maximize the boost characters to maximize the amount of rewards you're getting here. So yeah, complete the missions. There's rewards from the shop. It looks like there's some PvP messages. So here is the team that I've built. So if you take a look at the build here, this is the most bonus drops you could get. This is the most you could possibly get. So Goku and Vegeta, I'm having them as the leader. If we go ahead and take a look, let me quickly show you guys the battle bonus characters. So Goku and Vegeta, if you pulled them, they do 250% extra damage, they do extra special move damage, but the most important thing is they have the 50% Dragon Ball chance up, which basically guarantees that you're going to be able to get the Rising Rush after the first shield break. 17 is also a really good choice. If you actually manage to pull the EX Omega Shenron or Maju, you can use them. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is really good as well. I actually think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is, honestly... He might be better than the EXs, because even though he's only getting a 50% damage boost, he's getting the Super Saiyan 4 boost here, plus this. So he'll be at 150 at the end of the day. But I think your number one pick is going to be obviously the new unit, and then I'd choose 17 as the second one if you're able to pull him. But honestly, it doesn't really... Even this Goku, even this free-to-play Red Goku could easily get the job done. So it doesn't really matter what character you're using. Just make sure your bench consists of the boost characters. I assume the missions are just like play the raid a certain amount of times, but let's check. So we have 13. It's basically, this thing is up for 2 weeks, so we got a while. So get limited time rewards. Yeah, so the limited time rewards, like I said, you just want to make sure you're doing the raid 3 times a day. Do it 6 times. So these are just the limited time rewards, and I assume there's separate missions for just beating it a certain amount of times in total, which goes up to 50. So if you beat it 50 times in total, you're going to clear out the bottom portion here, and then as long as you're doing your dailies 3 times a day, if you do the dailies 3 times a day for 10 days, which is not even the full extent of the raid, you're going to be getting an extra 100 crystals. So that's pretty nice. Could be more, but you know, this is what it is. Over to the exchange shop. Let's take a look at the raid shop here. So, okay, let's see. We have, and I'm assuming there's 1,000 crystals in total. Yeah, there's 1,000 in total that you can get from the medals here. There's 1,000 Legends of Z power, or sorry, there's 100 Legends of Z, not 1,000. No, it's 100. It's 100, not 1,000. 100 Legends Limited Z power that costs 2,500 medals. There is only one of the 100 Sparking Z power. It's a little bit low. I would have expected there to be more than one, but sure. We have 3 of the Extreme Z power. We have a bunch of different only 2 messages. We have some exchange medals, soul exchange medals, platinum coins, slot removers, a lot of slot removers. So what is this? If you actually manage to clear out this shop, you're looking at, what is this? 2,035 slot removers, basically. 2,033 slot removers. And then we have some Zenny over here. It's just 1 medal for 1,000,000 Zenny, which is actually not too bad. That's not a bad rate. Okay, but let's go ahead and jump in, and we'll see if we can get this on the road here. I want to see how much drops I get. So obviously, I don't expect most people to be getting the same amount of drops as me. But I think the format that they're doing is good. Because I remember the raid prior to this, I actually don't even remember who it was, but the raid prior to this, they like went back for some reason to the old raid formula. And what happened was the boss got melted in like 2 seconds. I think it was like Gamma 1 or 2. It was Gamma 1 or 2, one of those two, one of the Gammas. And I remember using the Superhero Piccolo, and the boss died in like 2 days. So I don't think this boss is structured in that way. So the boss can't just die in 2 days. This is going to be up for the full 14-day period. So you have a full 2 weeks to grind the raid here, which is nice. All right, so we got another Goku and Vegeta here. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to go. The one thing that's interesting to note about this is, so this is structured as the first raid to have the new co-op mechanics, quote unquote, but there's nothing, like, this is literally just the old co-op system. There's nothing new about this. It's the old system. So they kept the old system for whatever reason here. I guess they didn't want you to bring in multiple characters, or I don't know, have an extra slot to get extra rewards. Like, I don't know. Very strange. But we're going to go ahead and rush here. I think the Rising Rush is the same, though. Yeah, the Rising Rush is the same, but that's pretty much all there is that's the same. There are no missions that pop up on your screen to get extra rewards. You can't bring 2 characters, so it's kind of like a mix, but I don't know. It would have been nice if they had like these missions that pop up on your screen, and then if you complete them, you get extra medals or something like that. That would have been nice. And also, yeah, the extra slot. So if they let you bring an extra character in, all that's doing is letting you get extra rewards because you could use an extra boost character in that slot. All right, so I am getting... so to break down how this works. So the first number on the left, there's a 189 here. I have 189 of these medals. So basically what this means is I got 1 medal from this, but because of the boost characters that I brought, I got an extra 188 medals. That is the plus 188 in parentheses that you see right there. So the boost characters are contributing to 188 out of my 189 medal drops that I got from this run here. And then of course you're going to be getting extra rewards based off of how many points you've accumulated. We can take a look at this in a second. So we go back to the event home. And then go back to the menu here. There's actually a breakdown of the points that you can get. Actually, wait. Yeah, no, yeah, the combat points are there. But then if you go to raid rewards, you can go and switch in between these 2 tabs, the damage reward and the combat reward. The damage rewards are just for dealing as much damage to the boss, and this is just going to go on for an infinite amount of time. But the combat rewards are what you want to aim for. You want to be able to get as many combat points as possible, because once you get 10,000 combat points, honestly, at that point, you should probably stop playing the raid. But once you notice that the boss originally had 500 million HP, and now that I won this first time, he's down to 450 million HP. So what they're telling you is they want you to beat this 10 times, and then once you beat it 10 times, you're eligible to grab these rewards, which are shared amongst the entire player base. So as long as you get this HP bar down to 0, which again entails you beating this 10 times, you're going to be eligible to receive all these rewards that you've accumulated with the community together. Let's go back in for one more fight here, and then I think we'll call it. But it's pretty easy. Again, you don't need this character to beat the raid. You could bring the free-to-play Red Super Saiyan GT Goku that was just available. You could bring any other character that you might have pulled in the banner, any new character 17. If you actually managed to pull the EX characters, you can use them. You can use Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Honestly, you don't even have to use a boost character. You could literally use Beast Gohan. If you summon on the Beast Gohan banner and you pull Beast Gohan, you could use Beast Gohan. It's not going to matter. This is such an easy event that it doesn't really matter if you bring the boost character or not. It's just going to be faster. At the end of the day, that's what it's designed to do. Just to make it faster for yourself. Alright, let's go to Vegeta here. Pick up some Dragon Balls. Let's grab our Rush here. And now we're going to press this. I guess the one other good thing about the updated co-op function is if you're in the middle of an action, it will interrupt your action to allow the rush to go through. So let's say you're waiting for your buddy to collect the 7th Dragon Ball, and as soon as he collects the 7th Dragon Ball, you rush thinking he's going to rush, but instead of him rushing, he uses a strike or something like that. He could actually click the rush, and it would override the strike card, whereas prior to this update, it would not let him do that. So that is definitely one good thing, because it saves you time if your buddy messes up or whatever. So, all right, and this one, we got the same amount. We got 1 medal. We got 1 medal, except I got the 188 boost medals, so we are looking pretty good. There's the extra rewards from the combat points that I got, and pretty much from this point forward, you're just repeating this over and over and over again until you are content with how many rewards that you got. So that is a breakdown of the festival raid. Remember, this is only the first festival raid. We should be getting at least 1 more. I would honestly expect 3 to 5 in total if I'm gonna give a range. I believe last Legends Festival we got 5 raids, but I don't think they lasted 2 weeks. So I think 3 is more so a realistic expectation for this year, the amount of raids we're going to get. So this is raid number 1. I expect we're going to get raid number 2 literally as soon as this is done, and then I think it's going to chain into all 3 in a row. So we should be having these raid events up back to back to back and throughout the entire festival. So pretty much they're always going to be up, I think. We'll see, but let me know down below how you guys farming has been going. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.